Hi Foundation students. So in this video, I'll be talking about LLP Amendment Act 2021, which was released by Institute in November 22 RTP. This video will be very important for June 23 and December 23 exams. Okay. So now, without further ado, let's get into this. What I've done in this amendment video. No, in this PDF, I'm attaching it in the below in the description as well. In this PDF, you will find the important keywords I have marked in the this one. See, like this I have marked important I have written, and I have also what is important in the amendment, and also I have written amendment full complete. This is a complete amendment, means this is a newly added small LLP. Okay, so which are the things which are important, I have marked like that. And also I am given those things which are one time read. Just you have to read it once and you have to remember, that's all. Okay, like that I have mentioned. This is a fully comprehensive, everything you will get in this PDF. Full complete LLP Amendment Act 2021 with complete markings, everything, all the important keywords marked. And what is, see these bold letters which I have given here, no, this is the amendments. These things which is not in bold, these are just the which were there previously in your ICAM Act but which are not amended. This is the amended part, those which are in bold. This is the Amendment Act 2021 LLP. This is the amendment which are given in bold. Okay, now we will discuss each one of them very fast, and we'll discuss each one of them now. So let's get into this discussion of the LLP Amendment Act 2021. Start about the definition. Body corporate. In this body corporate, the definition is same what is given in your ICA previous ICM Act, but what they have changed is only that instead of Companies Act 1956, they have written Section 2 of the Companies Act 2021. Okay, but this includes body corporate, includes LLP which is registered under the Act, and LLP which is incorporated outside India, and a company incorporated outside India, but does not include a body corporate does not include the following. This is very important. What does not include in the body corporate? The corporation sole and cooperative society registered under any law for time being enforced, or any other body corporate not being a company under the clause 20 of the section 2 of the Companies Act 2013, or LLP as defined as per the Act 2008, and which the central government may by notification the official gazette specify in this behalf. So that's what they are saying here. This is a corporation sole. The body corporate does not include a corporation sole, cooperative society, and which is any other body of corporate which is not registered as per Companies Act, Section 2 of the Companies Act 2013, Clause 20. Okay. So you need not remember this definition, but just read it once and keep it in mind. That's all. Okay. Next definition is business. This is same which is given your ACM Act previously, which you have read, but the important keyword which they have added important insertion is that business includes every trade, profession, service. But previously it was not there, and occupation except any activity which the central government may by notification excludes. Means that whichever activity central government can exclude a certain particular activity which is by notification, as particularly not as a business, not as a profession, not as a trade or occupation like that. The central government can specify particular activities. That is the definition for business. Next, this is small LLP, small limited liability partnership, section 2A, section 2TA, section 2TA. And this amendment is very important for your exams for June 23rd and December 23rd exams. This can come for 5 marks in your exams. We can't tell. ICA can ask you anything. Small limited liability partnership means it is a limited liability partnership where the contribution does not exceed 25 lakhs or such higher amount not exceeding 5 crores as may be prescribed, and the turnover of which as per the statement of accounts and solvency for the immediately preceding financial year does not exceed 40 lakhs or such higher amount not exceeding 50 crore rupees as may be prescribed, which or such other requirements as may be prescribed and fulfill such terms and conditions. So what you should understand in this definition is that the contribution does not exceed 25 lakhs. The contribution does not exceed 25 lakhs, and which may be extended to 5 crore. What does such higher amount means? That The government is right now suggested that it is the right government is right now has given in its notification that small limited liability partnership, small LLP, means where the contribution is up to 25 lakhs. Means if it exceeds 25 lakhs, it is not a small LLP. But this limit of 25 lakhs can be exceeded to the higher amount, up to 5 crores it can be exceeded, but government does not exceeded this limit. They have given it in the definition itself that in the future they might extend it to 5 crores. You understood what they are saying here? Means that if the contribution right now is, if suppose if it is 26 lakh, means it is not a small LLP. If it is 25 lakh and less, if it is does not exceed 25 lakh, means it is less than 25 lakh, does less than 25 lakh, means that is a small LLP. Okay, understood. Means even if it is less than or equal to 25 lakhs, also you can consider it as small LLP. Okay. So 5 crores is not the amount which you should see here. What you should see here is the contribution does not exceed 25 lakhs, and the turnover as per statement of solvency and accounts and solvency for the immediately preceding financial year does not exceed 40 lakhs or such higher amount, not exceeding 50 crores. Same thing will apply here as well. 40 lakhs is the limit right now which is released by the notification. Means that if it exceeds 40 lakhs, it is not a small LLP. Up to 40 lakhs and 40 lakhs and less than 40 lakhs is small LLP. But this amount can be amount can be extended to 5 crores, 50 crores in the future. It can be extended to 50 crores, not 5 crores, it's 50 crores in the future. Okay, understood right now. This is what definition means, small LLP means. It is very important from the exam point of view. Please read this at least 3 4 times and then go to your exams. Okay. Next, coming to designated partners, section 7. What is designated partners? This is also very important. Whichever ones are marked as important from the exam point of view, you should definitely read it and go in this amendment PDF. Okay, at least this much you have to see and go for your exams for June 23. Designated partners. Designated partners, every LLP shall have at least two designated partners who are individuals, which you should already be knowing because this is there in your previous study mat as well. Okay, those who have studied the study mat or those who have read LLP Act will be knowing that designated partners in LLP will be minimum two designated partners should be there at least who are individuals as well. See, body corporate can't be a designated partner. Individual should be individual, and at least one of them shall be a resident, and one of them shall be a resident in India. Later on, they will explain what the resident means. That also you have to see. It is very important from the exam point of view. So later on, they have provided that means extension. They are expanding the above definition. They are saying that provided that in case of extending the provision means that in case if the LLP in which all the partners are body corporate or in which one or more partners are individuals and body corporates, at least two individuals who are partners of such LLP or nominees of such body corporates will act as designated partners. So what does this mean? What they are trying to tell you here is that in case of LLP in which all the partners are body corporate, suppose if all the partners of the LLP are a company, in such a case, the nominees of such body corporate means the nominees who are appointed by the company to the LLP, no, those persons will be act as a designated partners. If they are body corporates or suppose if they are in which one or more partners are individuals and body corporate means there is a mixture. Two or more of them are individuals are also there and body corporates are also two three companies are also there in the LLP. Means two companies, two individuals are there means at least two individuals of them are there, no, who are the partners of the LLP. They will be considered as the designated partners. So you understood what they are trying to tell here. First point they are trying to tell there are two designated partners who are individuals, and at least one of them shall be the resident. At least one of them shall be a resident, two designated partners who are individuals. And what they are trying to tell in the second point is that all the partners or body corporate means nominees of the body corporate will be act as a designated partners. If there is a mixture of one or more body corporates and one or more individuals, then the individuals will act as a designated partners. That's what you have to write in your exam. If they ask for 5 marks, what is designated partners? And this next point is this point which they have given is only one time read. You have to see this once. I'll just explain it very fast what they have told here. They have told that in this we have read no, at least one of them shall be the resident. For that, that which who will be considered as a resident, that they have given explanation here. The term resident in India means a person who has stayed in India for a period for not less than 120 days during the financial year. This is amendment which is given in your RTP November 22, which is very important from the exam point of view, if you ask me, because they can ask this point in your exam as well. The resident means person. For in case of LLP, it is 120 days or more during the financial year for a period not less than 120 days. Means if you have stayed for more than 120 days, then only will be considered as a resident. Okay. Next point, what they are trying to tell here is, next provision is, if the the incorporation document will be there. No, incorporation document which specifies who are to be considered as designated partners. The LLP, it is registered by the registrar and it is given by the MCA only, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Also, there is the incorporation document which specifies who are the designated partners. Such persons shall be the designated partners on incorporation, and also states that each of the partners from time to time of the LLP is to be considered designated partners. Every partner shall be a designated partner. Suppose if it is written in the incorporation document that each partner means every partner from time to time, like this partner will be a designated partner for this much time. After expiry, this partner will become designated partners. If it is written like that, then they will become designated partners. That's what they have written. Every partner shall be considered as designated partners in the in their time period as a designated partners. Next, what point they are telling is, any partner may become a designated partner by and in accordance with the LLP agreement, and a partner may cease to be a designated partner in accordance with the LLP agreement. Means any partner may become the designated partners by if it is written in the LLP agreement, and a partner can also cease to be a designated partner if it is written in the LLP agreement. Means if the LLP agreement it is written that a partner will cease to be a designated partner from this time period onwards, means he will not be considered as designated partner from that period on. Okay, understood. Next point, what they are saying is, an individual shall not become a designated partner in a LLP unless he has given his prior consent to act in the LLP in such form and manner as may prescribed. Means the LLP should get the consent of the partner who will act as the designated partner. Okay, of that individual. They have to get the prior consent to act as a designated partner. Next point is, this point is also very important. These points which are marked, no, this you should definitely see and go before your exams, because it is very important from the exam point of view. Even if you can't see this PDF on your own, if you can't read it, see my video, see this video at least in 1.5 in speed or 2x speed, so that you can cover the points faster before going to the exams. Okay. And see, these amendments which they have given, no, this majorly covers the LLP Act as well. And this point, what this point saying here is, see, every LLP shall file with the registrar the particulars of every individual who has given his consent to act as the designated partner in such form and manner within 30 days of his appointment. This is very important. See, why they took that's why they told in the previous point that the individual shall not become a designated partner unless he has given his prior consent. See, this prior consent which they are taking to LLP, they have to file it with the registrar. The particulars of every individual who has given his consent to act as a designated partner. When they have to file within 30 days of his appointment as the designated partner in such form and manner. Means there will be a form which is given in the MCA website for the filing of the designated partner for his prior consent, for the consent form. That they have to file with the MCA within 30 days of his appointment as the designated partner. Understood? Next point is that this is very simple. The individual can be eligible to be a designated partner. It shall satisfy the required conditions. But this point, no, it is applicable even to the companies. Like I'm saying, you should assume LLP is similar to companies, okay? Because the LLP is also governed by Companies Act only, which has Companies Act means LLP is governed by LLP Act 2008. I agree, but it is similar to company in essence. Every designated partner of the LLP, in this point they are telling you that every designated partner of the LLP shall obtain a designated partner's identification number, DPIN. Means there is a DIN in case of a company. So director's identification number. So in case of LLP, there is designated partner's identification number from the central government. They have to obtain from the MCA website. They have to file the form and they have to obtain the DPIN, designated partner's identification number, like the DIN. Those who have heard about the DIN, they will be knowing. Even if you have not heard it, now you understood what they are trying to tell here. Right. So that is one point. This you have to read it just once. It's fine. Just keep it in mind. Next, you don't have to buy at that. This point is very important from the exam point of view. The registered office of the LLP and change therein. Section 13. So what they are trying to tell here is that every LLP shall have a registered office to which all communications and notices may be addressed and where they shall be received. Means they shall have a registered office where they will receive all the communications and notices. That is a simple point. What they are trying to tell in the subpoint 2 is that subsection 2 is a document may be served to a LLP or a partner or a designated partner by sending it by post under certificate of posting or by registered post or by any other manner as may be prescribed at the registered office or any other address specifically declared by the LLP for this purpose. So that registered office which they have given, which they have registered with the MCA website, no, the LLP, which they have given. Through that registered office, they can send a document for the purpose of sending a document or notice for the LLP or for a partner or for a designated partner. They can send it by post under certificate of posting or by registered post as well or by any other manner. So next point what they are saying is LLP may change the place of its registered office and file the notice of the change with the registrar. Means that's what the point is. Registered office of the LLP and the change. These 2 points mentioned about the registered office. This is talking about the change. If there is a change in the registered office, no. If there is change, obviously you have to mention it. You have to send it to the registrar, right? Why? Because is that the start only we told communications and notices will be sent to the registered office. If the registered office is not there, then how will they send the notices and communications? How will you receive? How will they serve it? So if there is a change in the registered office, you have to file that notice with the registrar. In such form and manner, you have to file. They have not given the particular date within which you have to file. Okay. But this point is very important. This is the amendment in this entire section 13. That is the penalty in case you are not complying with the requirements of this section 13. If the LLP and its every partner, no, they will be, if they are not complying with this section, they will be held held responsible and they will be fined with a penalty of 500 rupees for each day during which the default continues and subject to a maximum of 50,000 rupees for the LLP and its every partner. So this is the main point which you should keep in mind. They are telling that if section 13 is not complied, the LLP will be fined with a penalty of 500 rupees for each day. LLP and its every partner will be fined 500 rupees for each day during which the default continues and a maximum of 50,000 rupees for the LLP and its partners. Means this 50,000 which they have given now together with the LLP and its every partner together taken, it will be a maximum of 50,000 rupees. Next point is name. This is in this point, the sub point 2 is very, very important from the exam point of view. Section 15, name. What they are trying to tell here is that every LLP shall have either the words limited liability partnership or the acronym LLP as the last words of its name. No LLP shall be registered by the name which, in the opinion of the central government, is undesirable or identical too nearly resembles to that of any other LLP or a company or a registered trademark. See, this point is very important for your exams because they can ask this point for at least 2 marks minimum. Why this is important is because this is an amendment. I told you this block letter words which have put it in block. No, these are amendments. So what they are trying to tell here is that the name of the LLP, no, which you shall be registered by a name in the opinion of the central government means here central government is saying in the opinion of the central government that name of the LLP is undesirable or if it is identical or too nearly resembles that of any other LLP or a company or a registered trademark. In such a case, that will not be registered. Means no LLP shall be registered which is undesirable in the opinion of central government. Means you can't name LLP like King of the India, Prince of the India, like that. You can't name a particular LLP like these names. No, it is not allowed as per the LLP Act only. It is not allowed. Central government, if it feels that in its opinion that it is undesirable or it is identical or too nearly resemble to that of any other LLP or a company or registered trademark, then it will not be allowed. That's what they are trying to tell. No LLP means that will not be allowed. No, none of the LLPs which will register such name in these two conditions means they will not be registered if it is in the opinion of central government. This word you have to remember, because this year central government is coming. This, whenever there is a intervention, the intervention is by central government here. Next, coming to next point, change of name, section 17. This is very important. This amendment is very important, so please focus. Change of name of LLP. So what they are saying here is that nothing withstanding anything contained in section 15 and 16. Section 15 we have read name. Change of name of LLP, and nothing notwithstanding anything contained in section 15 and 16, if through inadvertence or otherwise a limited liability partnership on its first registration or on its registration by a new body corporate, its registered name, the name is registered by a name which is identical with or too nearly resembles to that of any other LLP or a company or registered trademark of a proprietor under Trademarks Act 1999 is likely to be mistaken, as is likely to be mistaken for it, then on an application of such LLP or a proprietor referred to in clause A and clause B respectively, or a company, the central government CG may direct that such LLP change its name or new name within a period of 3 months, from the date of issue of such direction. So what they're telling you in this point is that change of the name of LLP, section 17. Suppose we read here no that central government has the power to pass an order where that the LLPs whose name is undesirable or if it is identical or too nearly resembles to that of other LLP, then in such a case, or a registered trademark or a company, such a case the company, the LLP's name will not be registered. The government, central government can pass the order. But in such a case, the change of the name of LLP will happen, where if it resembles that of any other LLP or a company or a registered trademark of a proprietor under the Trademarks Act, in such a case, or if it is, it can be likely be mistaken for it. Suppose that if there is a brand which is called Nike, no, they have one tick. Suppose if there is another brand which uses similar kind of trademark, then if can be confused with the Nike product. Suppose that product will be confused to a Nike product, then in such a case the central government will tell you that there is already a particular company registered with the trademark. In such a case, you need to change your name or the trademark within a period of 3 months from the date of issue of such direction. So that's what they are trying to tell here, where in such a case if it resembles or if it is too nearly identical either LLP or company or a registered trademark of a proprietor under the Trademarks Act 1999, or if it can be mistaken, likely to be mistaken, in such a case, then the application will be filed by the LLP, that other LLP company, or the trademarks a proprietor of the trademark, registered trademark. They will file the application to the central government saying that the new LLP which is registered is using a name or a trademark which is similar to our trademark, that they can file an application to a central government, who will file that other LLP or a company or a registered trademark of a proprietor under Trademarks Act 1999. And next point is that the central government may direct, in such a case, the central government on receiving such application may direct that the such LLP, or where such LLP means that LLP which is registered with the identical or too nearly resembling trademark or name. No, for that LLP, the central government will tell you to change its name or new name within a period of 3 months from the date of issue of such direction. So I hope you understood what they are trying to tell in this point. See, the key point which you should remember here is that the application which will be filed, no, that application for such LLP or a proprietor, which is referred to in clause A and B. This application for change in the name or for a change in the name or a new name, taking on a new name, that application which will be filed by the proprietor. This proprietor is there now. This proprietor, this will be filed by the this trademark proprietor is there now. He will file the application, or that any other LLP or a company is there now. They will file the application. They will file the application for the change in the name or take on a new name by the newly registered LLP. Means that LLP on its first registration or on its registration by a new body corporate, if its registered name is identical or if it is too nearly resembles to that of any other LLP or a trademark, then these two people will file an application with the central government saying that, requesting that the newly registered registered body corporate or LLP as is using a trademark or a name which is similar to ours. So please tell them to change their name or to take on a new name within a period of 3 months from the date of issue of such direction. See, I hope I've explained it as much as possible. I can't explain any more than this. You have to read it on your own. You will be able to understand it even better. So going to next point, this is also very important from the exam point of view. What they are trying to tell here is that, provided that where an application of the proprietor of the registered trademarks shall be maintainable within a period of 3 years from the date of incorporation or registration or change of name of the limited liability partnership under this act. I've written here also what this paragraph means. They are trying to tell you here that application which will be filed by the proprietor of the trademarks, no, that the proprietor of the registered trademark, they will file the application to the central government stating that the newly registered incorporated LLP or company is using the trademark similar to ours, that application which will be filed by a proprietor, that such application, it should be filed within the 3 years of the registration of the new LLP. In simple words, I can tell you that the application which will be filed by the proprietor of the registered trademark, which should be filed within a period of 3 years from the date of incorporation or registration or change of name of the LLP under this act. Maintainable, if I remove this, you will be able to understand it even better. Means it should be filed within a period of 3 years. There is a limitation on the filing of the application to the subclause 2. For a person who is belonging to subclause 2, there is a limitation for filing of the application, which is 3 years, from the date of registration or incorporation of the LLP. It is 3 years. I hope you understood what they are saying here is. This is very important from the exam point of view. Please study this properly and go to your exams. Next, what they are trying to tell in next point is that this is also a amendment which is given, which is not there in your ICA MAT previously in LLP chapter. This is newly inserted. This is an amendment. What they are trying to tell here is that where the LLP changes its name or obtains a new name, suppose the LLP, what there in this case the application which is filed, no, that application which is filed, in such a case that LLP has to change its name or obtain a new name. But in such a case, as per subsection 1, this is the subsection 1, no, in subsection 1 we told that the application will be filed by any other LLP or a company or a person who is registered trademark. When such application is filed, in such a case the LLP, that registered LLP, has to change its name or obtain a new name. So what they will do is it shall within a period of 15 days from the date of the change. Suppose they select a particular name, they change the name. After changing the name, they have to file an application with the registrar. They have to give notice, the change notice of change of the name to a registrar, along with the order of the central government, who shall carry out the necessary changes in the certificate of incorporation within 30 days of the change in the certificate of incorporation. That LLP shall change its name in the limited liability partnership agreement. I hope you understood what they are saying here. They are saying that the LLP which it changes its name or obtains a new name, it shall within a period of 15 days from the date of such change. 15 days means 15 days, within 15 days of such change, which the new name they will change into new name, or they'll obtain a different name. In such a case, now the change of its name, if they change the name or obtain new name within 15 days from the date, they have to give a notice to a registrar, along with the order of the central government. Along with the order, this is the important point which you have to keep in mind. The order of the central government. Along with the order of the central government, you shall carry out the necessary changes in the certificate of incorporation. The certificate of incorporation which you have filed now, there the registrar will remove and put the new name, or they'll change the name with the new name. And then within 30 days from the change in the incorporation, certificate of incorporation, the company that which is the LLP is there, no, they have to change its name in the LLP agreement as well. So there are 2 points to keep in mind here. Is first point is that within 15 days from the change of the name or obtaining a new name, the LLP has to give a notice to the registrar. Next point is that within 30 days of the change in the certificate of incorporation, within 30 days of change in certificate of incorporation, within 30 days of change in the certificate of incorporation, that the LLP will change its name in the LLP agreement. But in this 15 days, you have to keep in mind when the notice is given to a registrar by the LLP, that such a case, along with the order of central government, you have to give. The order of central government also should be given. The order of central government is also should be given. This, this is what the point is trying to tell. This is very important point. So please study this properly and go. Next point, point number 3, what they are trying to tell here is that if the LLP is in default, means they did not comply with the above subsection 1, that the even though the application is filed, the LLP did not change its name, or it did not obtain a new name. In such a case, the central government shall allot, central government will allot a new name to the LLP in such a manner as may be prescribed, and the registrar shall enter the new name in the register in place of the old name, and issue fresh certificate of incorporation with the new name, which the LLP shall use thereafter. And see, if the above subsection 1, no, in the above subsection 1, if the LLP contravenes the above subsection 1, in such a case, the central government will only allot a new name. It will only allot, CG will only allot a new name to the LLP. If it contravenes the above subsection 1, central government will only allot a new name to the LLP in such manner, and the registrar is there. No, registrar shall enter the new name. The registrar will enter the new name in the certificate of incorporation, and it will replace the old name with the new name and issue a fresh certificate of incorporation with the new name, and the LLP will use that new name. So if you are not doing it, then we will only do it for you. That's what the central government is doing here. I hope you understood each point which is given here. This entire section is important. Section 17. This is why I put it as amendment, and if I will give star as well. So please study this properly before you go to your exams. And see this video at least once or twice if you can. See, that way you can clear your concepts as well. So change of name of the LLP section 17. So next point is that registration of change in the partners. Registration of changes in the partners section 25. In case of changes in the name, if there is any change in the name or address within, if there is change in the name or address of a partner, in such a case they have to inform the LLP. They have to inform the LLP within a period of 15 days of such change. So every partner shall inform the LLP of any change in his name or address within a period of 15 days of such change. And next point is that LLP shall, where person becomes or ceases to be a partner, shall file a notice with the registrar within 30 days from the date he has become or ceases to be a partner, and and plus where there is a change in the name or address of the partner, file a notice with the registrar within 30 days of such change. See, this point is very important from the exam point of view. I'm not saying that this no point is not important. That is also important because the date is there. See, both the points are important. This is a little bit confusing. Please focus. What they are trying to tell here is that every partner shall inform the LLP in case of change in the name or address within a period of 15 days. Whom will he inform? The partner will inform the LLP. What the LLP will do then? Suppose the partner informs within 15 days. No, if he informs within 15 days the change in his name or address, the LLP, then LLP will do what? LLP, no, they will file the change in the name or address of the partner, with file the notice with the registrar within 30 days of such change. That's why the person has to inform the LLP, because the LLP will have to inform the registrar. They have to file the notice with the registrar within 30 days of such change. So first, that is, these 2 points are connected. These 2 points are connected. Okay, this point, what they're telling in this point is that, what they're trying to tell in this point is that, where LLP shall, where a person becomes appointed, where a person is appointed as a partner, no, where a person becomes appointed, or if he ceases to be a partner, means if he leaves the partnership, if he leaves the LLP also, if he is appointed incoming partner or leaving partner, incoming or exiting, okay, whichever, where a person becomes or ceases to be a partner, file a notice with the registrar within 30 days from the date he becomes or ceases to be a partner. So where a person is becomes a partner, then they will then that time the LLP will file a notice with the registrar within 30 days from the date he becomes a partner. Where a person becomes where a person becomes a partner, where a person becomes a partner, he will file, in such a case the LLP will file a notice with the registrar within 30 days from the date he becomes a partner. Person ceases to be a partner, that time also it will file a notice with the registrar within 30 days from the date he ceases to be a partner. So both the cases, when he is joining, when he is leaving, both the cases the LLP should inform the registrar within 30 days of such change. Okay, understood. That is what they're trying to tell here. I hope I made it clear in my explanation. Three, what they are trying to tell here is that a notice filed with the registrar under subsection 2 shall be in such form and accompanied by such fees. It is general point, and shall be signed by the designated partner of the LLP. This is the key point. Shall be signed by the designated partner of the LLP and authenticated in such manner as may be prescribed. And if it relates to incoming partner, it shall contain a statement of his consent of becoming a partner signed by him, authenticated in the manner prescribed. If it is a case where it is an incoming partner, not the partner who is leaving, it is a case where it is case of incoming partner, in such a case his consent should also be taken, should be signed by him, and should be authenticated by him. I hope you understood. See, they can ask this question, the registration of change of partners, for 5 marks. Then you have to write each and every point, subsection 1, 2, and 3, and even subsection 4 as well. See, they'll be asking for 5 marks. At least you have to write for five points. You have to write. Otherwise, they won't give you marks. Okay. And each point is very important from the exam point of view. This entire point on registration of changes in the partners is very important. So next point, what they're trying to tell here is that, if the limited liability partnership contravenes the provisions of subsection 2, the LLP and its every designated partner shall be liable to a penalty of 10,000 rupees. If the limited liability partnership contravenes the provisions of subsection 2, the limited liability partnership and its designated partners shall be liable to a penalty of 10,000. So if they contravene subsection 2, what is subsection 2? This is subsection 2, that is, the LLP should file a notice with the registrar no, in case of incoming partner, in case of change in the name or address of the partner. In such a case, if it contravenes any of this, both those points, then in such a case the LLP and its every designated partners, they will be liable to a penalty of 10,000 rupees. and if the contravention referred to in subsection 1, if it is contravention of subsection 1, subsection 1 was, what was that? If there is a change in the name or address of the partner, you should inform the LLP within 50 period of 15 days. Means you make off of the point subsection 2, 30 days is, off of that it is 15 days. Within 15 days they have to inform the LLP that every partner who's change in the name or address within 15 days of the change they have to inform. Okay, you understood what I am trying to tell here? No, this is first point relates to subsection 2, which deals with 30 days one, that notice to a registrar. Okay, that's what they are trying to tell in this subsection 2. Subsection 1 is that 15 days one. The partner, no, whenever there is a change in the name or address, he has to inform the LLP. In such a case, if he does not inform, if he contravenes, no, that every partner, see, this the second point, subsection 2, which deals with the limited liability partnership firm only is not complying in the point subsection 2. In subsection 1 deals with the partner should inform the LLP. No. Point number 5, what they are trying to tell is, if there is a contravention in subsection 1, in which case there is a change in name or address of the partner, and if the partner fails to inform the LLP within 15 days of such change, in such a case, if he contravenes the provisions of subsection 1, then he shall be made by any partner of the LLP. In this case, partner will be liable. This partner shall be liable to a penalty of 10,000 rupees. Both the cases, the liability is 10,000 rupees. But in the point number 4, subsection 4, the LLP is also involved. Don't forget that. And LLP and its designated partners are involved. In the point number 2, only the partner, not designated partner. See, in this case, the partner had to inform the LLP. In the point number subsection 4, who had to inform? In the point number 4, the LLP had to inform. The LLP had to inform. In the point number 4, LLP had to inform. In the point number 5, who had to inform? The partner had to inform the LLP. Partner had to inform the LLP, right? The partner had to inform the LLP. Partner had to inform the LLP. Okay, leaving aside my handwriting, that's what they are trying to tell here. This point is a little bit complicated. At least you have to read it 2 or 3 times, then only you will be able to understand what they are trying to tell here. You will be able to write it. So next point number subsection 6, what they are saying in subsection 6 is that any person who ceases to be a partner of the LLP may himself file with the registrar the notice. See, where a person who ceases means the person who is leaving the LLP. No, in such a case, if he thinks that, if he believes that the LLP won't file the notice, in such a case, as you have read it in subpoint 2, what they have told is that where a partner who ceases to be a partner in LLP, in such a case, the LLP has to file a notice with the registrar within 30 days, right? If the LLP does not file that notice with the registrar, the partner who is leaving the LLP, no, he can himself file with the registrar the notice. That's what they are saying in point number 6. He himself can file with the registrar the notice if he has reasonable cause to believe that the LLP may not file the notice with the registrar. If he believes that the LLP will not file the notice, then he can himself can file the notice with the registrar. And in such a case, if the notice is filed by the partner, then the registrar shall obtain a confirmation to this effect from the LLP, unless the LLP has also filed such notice. That's what they are trying to tell in point number 6. So further, they were told you that where no confirmation is given by the LLP within 15 days, then the registrar shall register the notice made by the partner ceasing to be the partner under this section. They are saying that the partner who is himself filed with the registrar the notice, the partner who ceases to be the partner, he has filed himself. No, that notice which he has given will be considered in case no confirmation comes from the LLP within 15 days. Understood? That's what they are trying to tell here. That's the end of section number 25, registration of changes in the partner. So coming to next point, unlimited liability in case of fraud. In case of fraud, the unlimited liability in case of fraud, section 30. This point you can remember it easily. What they are saying here is that this point is very simple, that unlimited liability in case of fraud. The point, the heading only is telling you the answer. In case where an act carried out by the LLP or any of the partners with the intent to defraud the creditors of the LLP. Means they are trying to defraud the creditors, intent to defraud the creditors of the LLP. They intending to defraud the creditors of the LLP in such a case, or any other person, or for any fraudulent purpose. In such a case, the LLP and its partners who acted with the intent to defraud the creditors or for fraudulent purpose, they shall be unlimited. They shall have. They shall. The liability of such people will be such LLP as well as partners will be unlimited. The liability will be unlimited and unlimited for all or any of the debts or any other liability of the LLP. So what they are telling you, trying to tell you here is that in case the LLP or the partners is trying to defraud the creditors or for any other person or for any fraudulent purposes, in such a case the LLP and the partners, their liability will become unlimited for all or any of the debts or other liabilities of the limited liability partnership. Understood? You have to remember that it will become unlimited for all or any of the debts or other liabilities of the LLP, provided that in case any such act is carried out by the partner, the LLP is liable to the same extent as the partner unless it is established that LLP had no knowledge. Means such act was done without the knowledge of the authority of the LLP. In such a case, the LLP won't be responsible. If particular act is done, fraudulent act is done by a partner of the LLP, and the LLP did not have the knowledge of that, then in such a case, the LLP won't be held responsible. They will tell that LLP firm will tell that we didn't know, we didn't have the knowledge that the partner was doing fraud or he was doing fraudulent purpose, defrauding the creditors. Okay, such a case they won't be held responsible, the LLP. Then point number two is that where any business is carried on with such intent or for such purposes as mentioned in subsection 1, means business is carried on to defraud the creditors or any other person or with the intent of fraudulent purposes or such fraudulent purposes, then in such a case every person, see, this is the very important keyword in this entire paragraph, every person, means that not only the LLP or the partners, even the outsider who is there, who is acting for the LLP, know that every person who has knowingly a party to the carrying on a business in the manner aforesaid shall be punishable with the imprisonment for a term which may extend to 5 years, and with a fine which shall not be less than 50,000 rupees, but which may extend to 5 lakh rupees. See this point which I have bolded, no, this paragraph. This is the amendment which is given in November 22 exams, which is that every person who is knowingly party, means every person, not only LLP, not only the partners, every person who is knowingly a party to the business, such business in which they are trying to defraud the creditors, in such a case they will be punishable with the imprisonment which may extend to 5 years. See, you can remember it like 555. It is very easy. 5 years imprisonment and 50,000 fine, but which may extend to 5 lakhs. See, it's everything is 555. 5 years, 50,000 fine, or which may extend to 5 lakhs. It's very simple. Understood? This word you have to remember, every person. This is the key word which you should remember. Every person means not only LLP, not only partners, every person who knowingly party to the carrying out the business of fraudulent business or with the intention of defrauding the creditors. Understood? Next point is that this is very simple. Third point is very simple. What they are saying here is that where the LLP or any partner or designated partner employee, no, who has conducted the affairs of the LLP in a fraudulent manner, in such a case, then without prejudice to any criminal proceedings which may arise under any law for timing and force, the LLP and such partner or designated employee will be liable to pay compensation to any person who has suffered any loss or damage. Means that if they have defrauded the creditors or they have done fraudulent business, no, because of that fraudulent business or defrauding the creditors, the creditor has suffered a loss. In such a case, they have to compensate such creditor for the losses which he has suffered or the damages which the person has suffered. That's what they are trying to tell in point number 3. It's very simple. And the same thing, that if the LLP did not know that such partner, designated partner or employee was acting fraudulently without the knowledge of the LLP, in such a case, LLP won't be held responsible. This point, maintenance of books of accounts. This is as in November 22 RTP, which can be asked in your June 23 exams as well as in December 23 exams. I can guarantee you that much because this is waiting to come in your exams. This point is waiting to come in your exams. It will come for 5 marks. If it comes, it will come for 5 marks. I can guarantee you that much. So maintenance of the books of account, other records and audit, etc. Section 34. This is very important. Focus, focus, focus. So what they are saying is that maintenance of books of accounts of the LLP. The LLP shall maintain such proper books of accounts as may be prescribed relating to the affairs of each year for its existence in cash basis or accrual basis. Means they can maintain on cash basis or accrual basis, but it should be in double entry system according to double entry system, and it shall maintain the same at its registered office. It will maintain at the registered office. First point, you have to remember three keywords that it can be maintained for each year of its existence in cash basis or accrual basis. Second point is the double entry system. Third point is it shall be maintained at the registered office. Only 3 points are there in the point number one. Subsection 2 is that in subsection 2 what they are saying is this is very important. Every LLP shall within a period of 6 months, every LLP within a period of 6 months from the end of the financial year, prepare a statement of account and solvency for the said financial year as at the last day, as at the last day of the said financial year, such form as may be prescribed. Such statement shall be signed by designated partners of the LLP. So here you have to remember that within every LLP within a period of 6 months from the end of the each financial year, as at the last day of the financial year, they have to prepare statement of account and solvency for the said financial year, and such statement shall be signed by the designated partners of the limited liability partnership. That is point number 2. Next, point number 3. In point number 3, what they are saying is that the statement of account and solvency which is prepared, no, the statement of account and solvency, that statement has to be now filed with the registrar every year in such form and manner. But it shall be filed with a prescribed time, that is 30 days. You don't have to remember the time limit here. They've just given you in your ICI mat that every LLP shall file within a prescribed time, that is which is 30 days. Statement of account and solvency is prepared with the registrar every year in such form and manner. You can just write it shall file within prescribed time the statement of account and solvency with the registrar every year. That is point number 3. Point number 4 is even simpler, that the accounts of the LLP should be get audited in accordance with the rules as been prescribed. This is the important point because we are auditors now. This is how we get work, that we LLP shall get it audited in accordance with such rules as may be prescribed. See, these 4 points are there, only 4 points. And these 2 points, fifth and sixth point, is the amendment. This is the amendment which is relating to the penalties. Penalty for non-compliance. See, the only this much if you write also, you will get 5 marks. It is very simple. Next, what they are trying to tell in penalties. No, this is the amendment. Please focus here. This is the amendment. Focus in this. The penalty is that in case where the LLP no, it fails to comply with subsection 3. What was the subsection 3? Subsection 3 was what? Subsection 3 was the filing with the registrar, the statement of solvency. No, this is the subsection 3. The filing of the statement of accounts and solvency with the registrar every year. That the LLP failed to comply. In such a case, what the fine will be? In such a case, the fine will be that such LLP and its designated partners, both LLP and its designated partners, shall be liable to a penalty of 100 rupees for each day during which the failure continues, and subject to maximum of 1 lakh rupees for the LLP and maximum of 50,000 for every designated partners. Understood? So 100 rupees of penalty shall be liable to a penalty of 100 rupees for each day for the designated partners and the LLP in case of continuing failure, and subject to a maximum of 1 lakh for the LLP and 50,000 for the designated partners. Okay, understood. So next point number 6, what they are saying in point number 6. So continuing on with the next point, what they're saying here is that, see, in the sixth point, this is also based on the penalty. In this, what they are saying is that if the LLP fails to comply with subsection 1, subsection 2, and subsection 4. Subsection 1, what is subsection 1? The double entry system of maintaining the books, and it can be in cash or in accrual based, or it can be, and it should be at the registered office, right? These 3 points were there. In subsection 2, what was there? That the LLP should prepare its statement of solvency, accounts and solvency of said financial year within period of 6 months from the end of the financial year. This is subsection 2. This is subsection 1. This is subsection 2. Subsection 4 was that it shall be audited as per the rules prescribed, right? So if any LLP does not comply with subsection 1, subsection 2, and subsection 4, in such a case, such LLP will be punishable with the LLP. See, they are saying here the LLP, the partnership firm, the LLP will be punishable with a fine shall be 25,000, but which may extend to rupees 5 lakhs. And in case I have designated partners, now every designated partners, they will be fined with a fine which will not be less than 10,000 rupees, which may extend to rupees 1 lakh. Okay. See, both these are penalties for the above provisions. So first point 5 was saying that if it fails to comply with subsection 3 was that every LLP shall file within the prescribed time the statement of accounts and solvency, right, with the registrar every year. So that is for this only there is one penalty is there, different penalty. And for these 3 points, separate penalty is there. For these 3 points, separate penalty is there. For this separate penalty is there, right? Understood. That's what they are saying. That's why, because this point is very important. Point number 3. Say LLP does not file the statement of accounts and solvency within 30 days, no, with the registrar. In such a case, it will be liable for a penalty of 100 rupees in case of continuing penalty and subject to a maximum of 1 lakh for the LLP and 50,000 for case of every designated partners. In case if they fail to comply with the subsection 1, 2, and 4. In such a case, what is the penalty? 25,000 for LLP, which may extend to 5 lakhs. And for every designated partners, it will be 10,000 rupees, which may extend to rupees 1 lakh. So I hope you have understood these 2 points. Now coming to next point, this entire section, like I was saying, this maintenance of books of account, other records and audit is very important from the exam point of view, section 34. Please read it at least 3 times before you go to the exam. Next, coming to new insertion. See, this is a new insertion and this is one time read only because it is given in the CA finals, this point, and also in CA inter, I think. See, this is based on NEFRA, National Financial Reporting Authority. This is constituted under section 132 of the Companies Act. Maybe they wanted to enlighten you regarding that there is now a National Financial Reporting Authority which is governing prescribed accounting standards of accounting and auditing, which is recommended by ICAI. Now the NEFRA is also governing that. So that's what they are trying to tell. A simple definition which they have given, simple provision or simple concept which they have given. You can just read it once and you can leave it. Okay. The chances of coming in exam is very less. So next point is very important. This annual return is very important. You will be knowing it is very important from the exam point of view. Annual return, section 35. What they are saying is that every LLP shall file annual return duly complied with duly authenticated with the registrar within 60 days from the closure, within 60 days of closure of its financial year in such form and manner with such fees. But this is the penalty. In subsection 2, see, as per the LLP Amendment Act, no, 2021, you can see that major changes are given in case of penalties. So penalties are the major changes which you have to remember in this amendment. Act 2021, which they are given. So what they are telling you here is that annual return should be filed within 60 days of the closure of its financial year, right? Within 60 days should be filed with the registrar. But if it does not comply, the LLP does not comply with this provision, if it fails to file its annual return, then before the expiry of the period, then the LLP and its designated partners will be liable to a penalty of 100 rupees for each day of continuing failure. subject to a maximum of 1 lakh rupees for the LLP and 50,000 rupees for designated partners. You can just remember it like this: 100 rupees for continuing penalty for LLP and the designated partners. And in case of the designated partners, it is 50,000 is the maximum limit. In case of LLP, the maximum limit is 1 lakh. You can double it: 50,000 for designated partners, 1 lakh for the LLP. That's all. Okay, you have to remember that. See, till here the main important provisions end. Okay, here till here the main provisions end, and for the next video in the part 2, I'll be bringing this remaining parts, which is new insertions. This provisions which are given after this, no, after this point section 35, what they've given, all these new insertions are one time read, because it is given in the CA final. Same thing is given in CA final law. Yes, in CA final we read the same law, so we read the same law. So for you, for foundation students, based on my opinion, based on what I can tell from the foundation exams, is that the chances of coming these sections is very less. But you have to be careful when you are preparing, because ICI can surprise you in the exams. We've seen that. So it's better to be safe than to be sorry. I'd say that you at least see the part 2 video once or twice before exams. Your we will be ready to go to the exams. If you just see it once, it's more than enough.